Hello, I'm Liam Dan, host of the NZ Herald podcast Money Talks. We're back for our 5th season with an exciting range of guests. You can listen to Money Talks at nzherald.co.nz or on your favourite podcast app. New episodes every Saturday.
You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
Yes, indeed, it is. And round 7 of Super Rugby continues tonight. Highlanders, Hurricanes, 7:05 in Dunedin, and then the Rebels against the Blues, 9:35 in Melbourne. Bunch of teams have the bye this weekend. Let's get you to Dunedin and bring in Highlanders fullback Sam Gilbert. Sam, thanks for chatting to us on game day. How much confidence have you and the team gained from 3 straight wins and, close to 50 points a game across the last 3 weekends?
It's been good. It's been a good stretch, and I think the most positive thing that's come out of it is we've built our game, and each week I think we feel like we've gotten better. So a lot of confidence. When you talk about that building, and I guess those building blocks, what are the things that you've seen good, constant improvement in the last 2 or 3 games? I think for us, our patience within our game. Those first few weeks, I think we gave a lot of ball away. We dropped a lot of ball. So I think for us, we've grown a lot in our understanding and how we want to play, and just our patience within holding the ball and trusting our game. Well, was that impatience that was costing you in those first 3 games? Was that sort of driven by a desire to try to be an attacking side with the ball? Was that what was at the heart of it? I think we just weren't getting a lot of our decisions right, just around we were a lot of our offload decision making and. A lot of it probably based around our decision making, and I think a lot of teams scored a lot of first phase tries against us off turnover and free ball. It was a tough start though, man. I mean, you look at the draw; it doesn't get much harder than Blues, Crusaders, Chiefs to start the season. I mean, results aside, how challenging is it having 3 big derbies like that in 3 weeks to start the season? Yeah, I mean, it is tough. 3 of the 3 best teams, but I think to be the best, you got to beat the best, and we'll probably off our ball a wee bit those first couple of weeks. So it'll be a really good test to see where we're at tonight. So during that time when things weren't going well for you, and especially in the first couple of games when the points were flowing against you, how challenging was it to I guess stay confident and to have belief that things would turn around? I think within those games we had really good patches. They were just small patches of the game. So for us, it was just about how do we make those patches bigger, more consistent to the point where we're dominating the game. So I think within that, you could say there was definitely points to build off, which is what we were sort of looking at. And you always had belief, even when those results weren't going your way? Yeah, 100%. I mean, there were definitely points in the game where we still got it right, and when we got it right, we were really good. So for us, it was about how do we get it right more often than not. So in terms of your involvement with the Highlanders, we saw you play quite a bit on the wing last season, although you played a bit at fullback, and I think had the odd game at first 5 as well. Is fullback where you feel you best fit into this Highlanders side? Yeah, I think I feel like I've been a fullback the last few years. Obviously, had to fill in a wee bit on the wing last year. Got a few opportunities at 15, but I think I definitely see myself as a fullback, and I'm loving getting a lot of minutes there this year. Is that where you played growing up mainly at 15? A wee bit everywhere. I grew up playing 10 mostly, but sort of later on, I guess once I left school, I sort of switched to 15, and then I sort of floated between 10 and 12 as well. Yeah, so everywhere basically, in other words. Yeah, I guess you could say that. So, in terms of fullback, you're obviously getting a good run on the side there. Are you, how much are you enjoying, playing in that 15 jersey consistently? Yeah, loving it. I guess for me, it's been awesome to sort of build, a bit of confidence myself as well, and getting those minutes and, really developing my own game and how I can, best influence and help the team. And goal kicking as well, that's something that is going very, very well for you. How do you work out between yourself and Mitch Hunt, who takes the shots at goal? It was sort of, me and Mitch we've kicked together all pre-season, and then we sort of just got to that first game and Mitch asked if I wanted to kick. I said yeah, and then we sort of just kept going with it like that, I guess, and it's been going well. So he actually gave up the opportunity to kick goals and basically said, hey, do you want to do it? Yeah, well, I was sort of kicked together all pre-season, then we got to that first game, and he was like, "Oh, do you want to kick today?" And I think I kicked 4 from 4, and then it was sort of just kept rolling on from there. So
nice. And what's your goal kicking regime during the week look like? How much time do you dedicate to it?
It depends on, I guess, how long the week is, but most days after training, we sort of kick 10 to 15 balls, and then make sure we get a good set in and a captain's run on the ground wherever we're playing the day before.
They always say that playing under the roof in Dunedin is good for running rugby. Is it good for kicking? I mean, is it a good kicking stadium for goal kicking?
Yeah, I mean, it's better than playing, I guess, outdoors. But I think what a few people don't understand is the wind actually comes on the corners.
Right.
So if it's a howling wind, one of the corners will normally be a wee bit windy out towards the 22. So it is a wee bit unsettling. You're sort of in a roof stadium, but you can feel the breeze.
Yeah, it is a bit unsettling, Yeah. What about, and does that affect kicks in play as well?
Oh, not so much kicks in play. Like, it'll only really be in the corners, but it's just a wee bit more of a unsettler, I guess, that you can sort of feel a bit of a breeze, but knowing it's not going to do anything.
Yeah. All right, Hurricanes tonight visit Forsyth Bar in Dunedin. First time you've played a New Zealand side since those first 3 games. Do you kind of feel now, this is probably a silly question, but do you feel better equipped now than you did during those first 3 games ahead of this derby?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think we're a better place, as most teams are. I think 6-7 weeks into the comp, we've built really well, and for us, it's going to be a really good test of where we're at.
Just want to ask you about last season, and obviously the incident which saw you ruled out of rugby for quite some time at the back end of last season, the tip tackle. How do you reflect back on that now, the incident that saw you suspended for a few games? Yeah,
I mean, it was just a stupid decision and a stupid incident that in the end cost me being able to help the team for a couple of games. I think I've learned a lot from it, and I guess moved on as well.
Yeah, I mean, shivers. Everybody makes errors, absolutely. But is it like, can you kind of reconcile, how it all happened? Was it just a kind of heat of the moment thing that just went wrong?
I guess I probably wasn't really too aware and copped a knock to the head immediately beforehand, and then just a rash decision, I guess.
All right, well, onwards and upwards, starting with the Hurricanes tonight. All the best. I hope things continue in winning fashion for the Highlanders, and appreciate you taking the time for a chat, Sam.
No worries, thank you.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday, or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.
Hello, I'm Liam Dan, Business Editor-at-Large for the New Zealand Herald, and I'm back with another season of my podcast, Money Talks. In this series, we're not going to tell you how to get rich. We're not going to try and pick the next interest rate move. Instead, I'll be talking to some interesting New Zealanders about how money has shaped their lives and what they've learned about it through the years. Join us every Saturday for a new chat with an exciting range of guests from the world of business, politics and entertainment. You can find Money Talks with me, Liam Dan, wherever you get your podcasts.